This is the fast mimicking diet, and it is the lowest calorie meal plan I have ever tried, with just under 1,000 calories of food each day. In the world of anti-aging, the fast mimicking diet is quickly becoming one of the most promising trends, with early studies showing it reversed subjects' biological age by an average of 2.5 years after just 90 days on the plan. All you have to do is restrict your calories for 5 days straight each month to a grand total of 4,500 calories, while you're free to resume your normal diet for the rest of the month. So to find out if the fast mimicking diet really can reverse my age, I'm gonna get blood work done to determine my current biological age, and I'm going to retest after 90 days on the fast mimicking diet to find out if and how my body has changed. I'm also someone who just doesn't function well when I'm overly hungry, so what's the worst that could happen? Okay, so I've just gotten my results back from my first blood test, which means I'm gonna find out what my current biological age is. Coming in 2.7 years younger. Let's go. I have the current age of someone who is 30.5 years old. I didn't think this would feel this good. It feels really good, actually. On the other hand, on day one of my fast, I was fully expecting the worst. Just 900 calories a day for the next 5 days. Oh, and did I mention the fast mimicking diet requires a plant-based diet? So goodbye to my delicious chicken breasts. To stay under my 900 calorie target, I'm opting for a protein overnight oats, Brian Johnson super veggie for lunch, and a cauliflower stir fry for dinner, complete with peas and tofu as my protein source. My biggest concern taking on this goal is going to be losing muscle mass. Early studies into the fast mimicking diet have found participants generally lose abdominal fat while retaining their muscle, but even still, I'm taking precautions. For starters, I'm gonna weigh myself at the start of each morning to monitor for any drastic drops in weight, and I'll be following this up with 50 minutes of strength training, which should help to minimize muscle loss as my weight goes down. And the final step in my plan is to embrace doing less. That means no running, no basketball, or any type of cardio during the 5 days I'm restricting my calories, but I'm hoping it can also help me avoid an energy crash, which is pretty common with long stretches of fasting. As much as these energy drops are likely gonna suck, they are a key reason why the fast mimicking diet and fasting in general seems to be so effective at reversing the effects of aging by triggering a process in our cells called autophagy. So as our body breaks down food each day, our daily calories are burned off as fuel and converted into energy, with whatever excess calories are left over being deposited into fat stores. But when this continuous flow of food is brought to a halt by, say, fasting, your body has to access other sources of fuel, beginning first with fat and tissue stores. But if you extend this process long enough, your body will also start targeting its own damaged or dysfunctional cells and begin breaking them down as well. What's left over of these cells will then be recycled into your remaining healthy cells, leading them to grow stronger and healthier as if they were years younger. The fast mimicking diet is designed to cut your daily calories down low enough that you will trigger the process of autophagy, while giving you enough food that you can sustain this over a 5-day window to maximize your cell turnover and greatly reduce your biological age. So with my plan in place, my first week on the diet was actually going really well. I had just enough carbs and protein for my breakfast to feel satiated through my workouts, and despite some occasional hunger cravings, I was able to stay on task until it was time to break for my next meal. In fact, I would say there was really only one area in this program where things were not going well: my weight loss. Despite all the restrictions I was placing on my activity, my numbers on the scale were dropping at a rate of almost 2 pounds per day. I have lost 7 pounds in the first 4 days. 7 pounds! I thought going into this I would probably lose 5 pounds in the first week, and I could double that before I even go back to my regular diet. This is way too fast. To try and figure out why my weight was dropping so fast in this plan, I started doing more research into the previous studies on the fast mimicking diet, and I realized a really important detail. I was doing everything wrong.
fast mimicking diet says that you need less than 25 grams of protein, so less than 100 calories from protein. 50% of your calories comes from fat and the other from carbohydrate. You are actually trying to include more protein in an attempt to hold on to your muscle, but then it doesn't increase the cell turnover in the same way because you're actually preserving your cells.
This is Christina Sutter, a sports nutritionist who works with the Vancouver Canucks as well as countless high-performing athletes. I figured I should get some professional input after my first week's results, and she had some reservations about my age-reversing plan.
First of all, keep in mind that the very little research that has been done on humans in these types of studies has been done usually in sort of overweight, middle-aged people with chronic health conditions. And so my results are going to be a lot different compared to if I'm a 30-year-old fit guy eating relatively balanced before.
What would be better foods to choose?
Soups are sort of high volume, low caloric density. So a lot of vegetable soups, some nuts, seeds, that sort of thing.
So, following Christina's advice, I subscribed to a meal kit that was designed to hit all the nutritional targets of the fast mimicking diet. This meant swapping out my overnight oats for a mixed nut bar that's high in fat and somehow almost the same calories as my overnight oats. I'm taking slow bites because I want this to last longer. Next, my lunch became tomato soup with kale and flaxseed crackers, which were kind of good actually, and follow that up with even more soup as my supper. And it turns out when you get rid of all the protein and complex carbs in your diet, the energy crash I had avoided in week 1 started hitting me with a vengeance. I failed to complete my workout at the start of day 3, and I failed at focusing when I tried to sit down and work afterward. So today is not going great. Don't know how else to say that. I have been staring at my screen for about 10 minutes, and each time I have a thought of what I want to put onto the computer, it's like it just disappears from my brain. I cannot concentrate. I am unmotivated. I don't even think it's like hunger per se. It's that I don't want to do anything. I feel depleted, and it sucks. And things got even worse from here.
Yo.
What?
Wake up. We gotta film.
I said I don't want to do this anymore.
That sounds so pathetic.
Oh.
Wake up. Wake up. Get up. Let's go. You look decrepit.
So that was a lot harder than I was expecting. I could just feel my energy levels dropping day after day after day until last night I finished a load of laundry and just dumped all of it on my bed and crawled in underneath. Because that's pretty much where I was at. And I know I have a month before I have to do this again, but I'm really not looking forward to it. So I decided to change plans. For my final week on the program, I got out of my apartment and lined up my fast to align with the long weekend, so I didn't have the added pressure of work when I was feeling run down. Instead, I basically lied in bed, read a book, and napped my way until the end, and it was finally time to see if it worked. I did worse. I did so much worse. I'm back to my normal age. What the f? My biological age actually jumped from 30.5 all the way to 32.9, which is the exact opposite of what I was hoping for. That's bullshit. But when I took a closer look at my results, there were some clues as to why I got the score that I did. While I actually improved in categories related to metabolism, cognition, and gut health, I had a really sharp drop in my sleep and recovery scores. And that makes a lot of sense. As I felt genuinely exhausted through the second and third months of this challenge, when I was implementing the diet properly. I fell significantly behind in my work during the second month of the program, all of which led me to get even less sleep and to feel more stressed out. As for my weight loss, I lost 3.5 pounds over the last 100 days, but I didn't see any drop in my strength or performance once I resumed my regular diet. And even though I didn't get the results I was hoping for with this challenge, my results from day one actually showed me something I probably should have known from the beginning. That rather than jumping on the latest or most promising new trend, just trying to stay consistent with your exercise, eating well, and getting enough sleep is more than enough to give you a healthy life and even improve your longevity. You'll also probably enjoy the ride a lot more this way too. I want to say a huge thank you to InsideTracker for sponsoring this video and for providing us with the tests and data that actually make doing videos like this possible in the first place. InsideTracker gives you a comprehensive breakdown of your body's data through a single blood test. This will include 48 biomarkers that break down across 10 pillars of your overall health. Not only does this give you a snapshot of where you're at now, but InsideTracker will also give you personalized recommendations of how you can improve your score and which areas you need to work on. For example, when I got my first blood test, I was showing that I was just a little bit high in my overall cholesterol, and they recommended I start taking more omega-3 in the morning and to increase my cardio throughout the week. You can even pair InsideTracker with your Apple Watch to log workouts and create an action plan for habits and areas you'd like to improve in based on your results and recommendations. If you would like to give InsideTracker a try for yourself, you can use the code GOALGUYS20 to get 20% off your purchase. They'll provide you with a complete breakdown of your overall health, as well as personalized recommendations to help you live longer and healthier. Just go to the link below and use the code GOALGUYS20 at checkout. Thanks so much for watching.